dialogue and we continue to learn from each other, you're really going to be successful. So as I go over this, if you have questions in the end, you put them in. So the first question is, how do I overcome the fear of driving on highways? You mean the fear of people driving like lunatics? People do drive crazy. I'm letting you know this. So I want you to pretend you're in a video game and you only have one life left. So you got to stay in your lane. You got to remember everyone is terrified just like you are. So you got to stay in your lane. You got to be smooth. You don't want to hit anyone. You don't want to slam brakes. A lot of beginners get overwhelmed. It's called information overload. So those of you who are new drivers and you're in this class because you're a new driver, or you've been driving 10 years or 30 years or 40 years, it really doesn't matter. We all have fear and anxiety. It could be driving at night when you're tired. It could be driving in a heavy rainstorm. It could be driving in the wintertime on black ice. It could be driving in a heavy metropolitan area, Metro Detroit, Metro Houston, Texas, Metro Los Angeles, California. It could be in London. There are overwhelming places around the world. And some of you are scared to even drive in your neighborhood or in your school parking lot. So you go ahead. So you want to have gradual exposure. I can't force you to go out. Your mom and dad can't force you to go out. Your best buddy, you have to be ready to drive. And some teens and adults aren't ready to drive. And then they wait till they're 19 or 21 or 25 or 32 or 38. And they have kids who are 10 or 12. I know a lady at my job, I'm not going to say her name. She is at least 35 years old. She does not have a license. How is this possible? Maybe she had anxiety. I don't think it's a money thing. She's 35 years old. She's got 3 kids. So this means she was relying on her mom, her dad, her boyfriend, her fiance to take her somewhere. You don't want to be that person. You want to learn now the right way. Number 2, what are the most important things to check before starting? Check to make sure you got your phone. Because if you don't have your phone and your car breaks down, it's a wrap. You can't call for help. You can't call for a tow truck. You're done. This is 2024. Most people carry a phone, but I did meet a grandpa last weekend. He doesn't have a cell phone. And that's nice in a way because he can't be tracked. He won't have people bothering him. But he is one of the rare people that does not have a phone, and you're not really missing anything. Next, make sure you have your wallet. Make sure you have some snacks. Always have a little snack or something in the car because your car could break down. It might be an hour. You're starving. And most of you don't eat breakfast. You don't eat lunch. So if your car breaks down and you got to sit somewhere for an hour, your blood sugar is going to drop. You're going to feel tired. You're going to have a lot of stress because your car is broken down. You feel like you're going to get hit by cars. Now you're calling for a tow truck. They're going to say it's going to be 3 hours. You're like, oh my God. So you don't have any snacks. So you're going to sit there and be hungry. Or it could be in the middle of the night. So have your cell phone, have your wallet or purse, and have some snacks. Also, you want to make sure that you have good tires. That's one thing my dad used to say. Boy, make sure you got good tires on your car. I'm like, what are you talking about? Make sure your tires are in very good condition. Because if you have good tires, and let's say Justice was driving to Chicago, she was driving about 65, 70, and the right rear tire warning light came on. It just said losing pressure. Instead of 34, you're at about 29. Justice, you're still good. You can still drive. Justice, if you pull the screw or nail out, you're going to have a flat tire. Don't do that. But if no one has ever taught you, you're like, I got to screw a nail in my tire. I think I got some pliers. And you pull it out and you get back in, you start driving 4 or 5 miles, your tire drops from about 29 to 20 pounds. Then it goes to 16. Then you're like, uh-oh, my car starts drifting back and forth. That's your rear tire. And if you ignore it, you're going to end up overheating the tire and it could blow up. So if no one ever talks about that and you never had a flat tire or you have good new tires, you can take a couple of screws and nails in your car and then you can get to a shop. And what they're going to do is take the tire off. The correct thing to do is patch it from the inside. This way, that is the safest. But in some cases, a plug, not the plug you're thinking, a plug where you pull the screw or nail out, you put some rubber cement in and you twist it into the tire and then you cut it off, that's a temporary fix. So you have to have that emergency kit in your car. But you guys won't listen to me because you're going to buy your skinny jeans. You're going to buy your new phone. You're going to go buy something else. You're going to go buy the $590 video card that costs a lot of money instead of getting new tires for your car and a tune-up. So you need to kind of plan out your situation. You want to make sure your mirrors are properly adjusted. Your center mirror, you should see everything out of your back window. And this is a beginner class. So I should see you adjust your mirrors. Your side mirrors, you want to see a little bit of the car. So when you're driving, oh, I see that truck. I see that car to the left going real fast. Oh, I see that car merging over. Mirror turn signal, blind spot, you merge over. Beginners don't have their mirrors adjusted properly. So when you make a lane change, you think it's clear and you cut off a car. And then a truck honks at you. And then you get scared. And then you have a flat tire. And then you don't have food. You see where I'm going with this? Make sure you have fuel in your car. I used to cut it really close. And I ran out of gas a couple times. It's very scary. Make sure when you get about to 1/4 of a tank, you put gas in your car. But I don't have a lot of money. Then maybe you shouldn't drive. But I want to drive to downtown Chicago, but you only have $100. You might have enough money to go halfway, but then you got to eat food. And then you found this nice, cute dress or just nice gym shoes, but you don't have the money because you didn't plan. So I would have cash and I would have a debit or credit card. Have both, because if your car gets declined, Mom, did you put money? Girl, you got $1,000 on there. The car's not working. I need gas now. I don't know what to tell you, honey. The car's not working. Now you're panicking. You didn't eat breakfast. You got a nail in your tire. The card is declined. You need to have cash. I'm giving you real advice. I don't see you guys writing it down. I don't see you guys understanding this. I'm giving you real practical advice. When you're on a road trip, you better have a debit or credit card and cash. Have your debit card in one pocket on the left, have your cash on the right, because people will pickpocket you. You're walking in a crowd, they see that you are kind of new to the area. You know, you got a bulge in your pocket, you got this, you got your phone. Don't have your cash and your phone and your debit or credit card in one pocket. They're going to get you, bro. They're going to be like, oh my God, that old lady who bumped into me, she got me, bro. It's a setup. One person will bump you. Another person will sideswipe you. They got all your money. But you're not listening to me. Also put some money in your phone case. I'm giving you real life trips, real life advice. And don't forget the snacks. You got to have some snacks, okay? Let's say candy bar. Sunflower seeds, something that can give you that energy boost in case you got to walk 2 miles. Man, I ran out of gas. My dad said, get a gas can in the car. Okay, I just passed the gas station. It's 2 miles back. I'm just going to go ahead and walk. But for many of you, this is the first time you've ever walked. You don't even walk in gym because You're lazy. That's why you got a D in physical education. Okay, anyway, let's continue. How do I know if I'm driving at a safe speed in different conditions? If her grandma gives you a dirty look as you pass her, speed up. You're slowing down. Beginning drivers go too slow when they make lane changes. That's people will look at you nasty, like you're about to put me in danger. So as the student driver, people make faces at you. Not at me, I'm beautiful. Remember that, Justice, you're beautiful. All of you are beautiful because your parents told you when you were growing up. But people will look at you like, ugh, what are you doing? Because you cut off a truck. You cut off grandma. You cut off grandpa. You cut off a guy in his 2025 Camaro. And he's like, bruh, what are you doing? And then he cut you off. And you're like, I was just making a lane change. You slow down. You put your foot on the brake. So speed up if people are giving you a dirty look. If everyone is blasting past you, slow down. Somewhere in the middle, find the sweet spot. Beginning drivers don't have good judgment of speed control. On the expressway, people are going 85 and 90. You're not built for that, James. Go 70. Some people are going 100. Justice, you better not be going 100. Your mom's got your car tracked. Girl, I just got this text. You going over 90. Mom, they're driving really fast in Chicago. They drive fast in Chicago. Real life story. So some of you will be shocked. Leaving a small suburban community, 10 and 2, 9 and 3, doing 50. You got out on the main road, they're doing 80. They're doing 90. As an instructor, I can't suggest that you go over the limit. I'm not going to do that. But for many of you, you're going to be overwhelmed because you do light traffic light driving from school to home, from home to grandma's, from your cousins to your uncles. And then you go to the mall real quick, and then you go back home. You don't go downtown. You don't go on a major interstate. So you got to mentally prepare. Real life story. What do I do if I get lost while driving? Don't laugh. All of you are going to get lost. I got lost. I got lost in West Virginia. I got lost in West Virginia. And the car I was driving, which was a Toyota Camry, I had a blowout on the back rear passenger side tire. The car started shaking and boom! I'm like, I knew how to fix a flat tire, but it scared me. So I knew how to change a tire. I knew that I got to take my foot off the gas. I knew not to panic. Good thing it was in the daylight. It happens. But I had old tires on a car. I didn't hear my dad's voice. Boy, I told you to have good tires on your car. I didn't. I had worn out tires and the tire blew out. I was in the middle of nowhere. I pulled the car over to the right. I got the scissor jack that goes up and down like scissors. I got the little cranking tool. I cranked it up. I kept looking. It might take 10 minutes, but you're out on the road. It's going to take 20 minutes. It's going to take a half an hour. Mosquitoes are biting you. Ants are crawling on you. You get dirt. I'm sorry, some of you don't want to get dirty. Yeah, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. You're going to have to put a towel down. You're going to have to jack up the car. And the lug nuts were a little bit rusty. For some of you, you don't even have the proper tools. So I'm going to show you this. So you got to have a car jack. You got to know what to do. What I'll do if I get lost, don't panic. Make sure you're going the correct way on the road. The second step is to pull over. Call your mom. You're not going to call your dad. Mom, I'm lost. Baby, what do you mean you lost? I'm lost. Honey, calm down. Calm down. Where are you? I don't see anything. I'm just on a road. Honey, where are you at? Because many of you don't know your cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. You don't know. Because students don't study those things anymore. You don't know your cardinal directions. For many of you, you will be lost. So now you're going to have to figure out, Farah, where you're going. And you're going to have to call your mom or admit defeat. Mom, I'm lost. I'm scared. Okay, honey, look for a mile marker. Where are you? Look for a sign. I don't know. I don't know where I am. You've got to find a sign. They're called guide signs. They're green and white. Google Maps can only help those willing to be helped. Many of you don't know what Google Maps is, let alone read it. So in some cases, I'll have you plot your course on a Google map. You can do that? Yes. Because many of you don't know how to get home. My principal told a story today. Hey, I had to drive a student home. I live by this big school. Go down this street by the mailbox. If you know what a mailbox is, raise your hand. Some of you don't know what a mailbox is. How sad. This student didn't know how to get home. They only knew the big house, the mailbox. You need to know directions. How can I improve my parking skills, especially parallel parking? Find a spot where there are no cars and practice. But a lot of you won't do this. I don't need to practice. For my road test, I'll just park 2 times by the trash can in front of the house. You're going to fail your test. Then you're going to call me. Can you help me? I showed you how to parallel park. That was last summer. I just pull into a spot. You have to know how to parallel park. You have to practice. Find a spot where there are at least 2 cars that are 20 feet apart. And pray. Pray, James. Pray, Josh. Pray, Scarlett. You got to know how to park. I will show you what to do. I'll give you those skill sets. But if you don't practice, it means nothing. Your parents are not going to sit there and watch you park 10 times. Girl, park 1 time. I got to go. I got chicken on. Park 1 time. We got tacos. If you don't master the parking skill, you're going to struggle. And that's one of the biggest fears of beginning drivers is parallel parking. Downtown Detroit, Michigan. Downtown Chicago, Illinois. Houston, Texas. Downtown Los Angeles, California. You have to know how to parallel park. What should I do in case of an accident? Say, oh no, because distracted, eating your fruit snack, you're not paying attention, and you rear end someone. That's the most common type of crash because you're not paying attention, or you stop too late, or it's in the wintertime and you slam brakes on black ice. So leave room. Remember, I talked about this. Beginning drivers, leave room. Don't tailgate. But you're not going to listen to me because you're in a hurry. And then you slam brakes and you slide. And then your parents' insurance goes up 33%. And then James, they say, James, we got a letter in the mail, bro. And we're not happy. We got a letter in the mail. Our insurance is up 30%. James, you're going to have to sit for 6 weeks. What? I'm a senior. James, too bad. Call your friend. Okay. I'm just using your name as an example. Just kidding. You got to stay calm. Make sure everyone is okay. People will lie. Take a video. Take pictures of your car, their car, the time of day, where the car was. Take pictures. Take a video. Send it to your mom. Send it to your dad. They may knock the phone out of you. Hey, what are you doing? Put that phone down. No, my instructor told me to take a video, and I'm sending it to my mom and dad. So no matter what they do, you're covered. They may want to run away from the scene. Maybe the car is stolen. Maybe they don't have insurance. You don't know. You've got to protect yourself. And I think a lot of beginners are like, the world is so nice. They're not nice people in the world. Like one person is sleeping right now, and I could remove them. So don't sleep. This is for you, not me. And I'm telling you what you need. People lie, and you got to cover yourself. Or they could be really nice. Oh, it was my fault. I didn't see you. I have insurance. Here's my insurance card. Take a picture of my license. Do you need a tow truck? I have tow truck insurance coverage. We can tow your car. Some people will be so nice. Other people like, why'd you hit me? Grandma, you backed into me. You hit me, young man. And you're like, you know she's lying. Your friends are like, bro, you got to show respect. The officer will determine who's at fault. Call the authorities. Let your insurance company handle the small stuff. What's the small stuff? Your car is going to be towed to home. Your front axle's broke. Don't think you're going to get your car back next week. It's going to take 3 months. 3 months. I'm a senior. Too bad. Your car smashed. You better ride your bike. I'm a senior, Dad. Catch the bus, bro. That's because you're not responsible. How do I handle aggressive drivers on the road? Smile, wave. Think about how many bad driver memes you can see. Yes, you got to have a sense of humor. You can't let people push you to the edge, push you to your block. That's what people are going to do. Anastasia, they're going to push you to your block. They're going to tailgate you. Scarlett, they're going to push you off the side of the road. Carter, they're going to say, why? Justice, they're going to say, why is this driver going so slow? Well, I'm doing the speed limit. It's snowing outside. How come you're not going 70? Well, we have something called a basic speed law. I have to drive slower because it's bad weather outside. And people are angry. You're just mad because you're late to work. I left an hour early because my teacher told me that I should warm up my car. I should have gas in the night before. I checked my tires. My mom put extra money in my account. I have money just in case my car's warmed up. It feels so nice to start your car in the morning, get it warmed up, pick up your bestie. Girl, let's go to Starbucks. Let's go to McDonald's. And then you text your favorite teacher. You want something? Yes. Because I share, you share. That's a good feeling, but many of you won't have that feeling because you get up at the last second. You don't eat breakfast. You don't brush your teeth. You don't warm up the car. And then you speed to school and you run a light and then you crash because you don't get up early. Get up early. How often should I change my oil and tires? When your car starts sounding like a horror movie and your tires look bald like me, you're going to say, I guess I need to change my tires. And if your car slides all over the road, remember what I said? You need to have good tires. And Scarlett, if you don't have good tires, then your stopping distance will increase. And Justice, if you don't have good tires, when you do a lane change, your car will spin out. And Emily, if you don't have good tires and a kid runs out in front of you, you won't be able to stop because your car will slide. And when you're driving in the rain, Josh, your car's going to slide all over the road and it's going to scare you. Have good tires. Your car will have the ultimate control. You'll feel safe out there, but you won't listen to me because you're going to get your new shoes. And the $590 video card that costs $100. Yeah. So your oil, you need to check. It's brown, should be caramel color. It should not be black. It should not be full of chunks. Costs about $25 to get to change. You can take it to an oil change place. How do I stay calm when driving heavy traffic? Think about focus meditation, the other side of frustration. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Resist the urge to honk and accept that you're late. If you're running late, just take your, I'm running late. I text my teacher. I text my bestie. Hey, tell the teacher I'm running late. No problem. You're going to be driving next weekend. We're running late. Send me a text. No problem. I'm here. I'm chilled. I'll go get a coffee. The car's warmed up. We got everyone here waiting for you. Text. If I'm running late, I'm going to send you a text. Be that responsible student. People really appreciate that. It's called adult responsibility. What's the best way to handle a roundabout? Roundabouts are a part of life. There are more roundabouts. A lot of people think there are only roundabouts in the UK. All the videos you see, UK. We have roundabouts everywhere in the Midwest. They're a great way to reduce traffic. Thank you, James, for focusing me in. I appreciate you, James. I feel more important. I could tell we're engaged one-to-one. So you want to make sure that you make eye contact with drivers. You let them know that they can see you. You yield to people already in the roundabout. When you guys go on roundabouts, you're going to panic. What do I do? What do I do? Slow down. Stop driving 50. Drive about 15 miles an hour before you get into the curve. Look straight ahead. Yield. A lot of you will grip the wheel and almost hit the curb. And I have to simply turn the wheel to the left or right because I don't want to crash. So say your prayers. Don't miss your exit. How do I switch lanes safely and comfortably? Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. But you won't do that. You're not going to look over your shoulder. You're not going to check your blind spot. And this is where beginning drivers get cut off by cars and trucks. And remember the grandma who put the middle finger up to you? She's like, I hate you because you cut off grandma and she's got a camera in her car and you made her crash. And she told her son-in-law, who's the assistant principal at school, Josh, come down to the office. He's like, what now? James, come down to the office. What now? Her son is the assistant principal, and you don't even know that. Some kid in this truck cut me off, sweetheart. I took a picture. And then he remembered that kid who comes late and burns rubber in the parking lot. That's you, Josh. That's you, James. And yes, Justice, girls burn rubber too. People are watching you, and they take videos all the time. You don't know that, but we don't have privacy anymore. Like that grandpa told you about who doesn't have a phone, he truly has privacy. No one can track him. No one knows where he is. But if he does break down, he's messed up. But that's his choice. Bonus points. If you are not scared of the car behind you, a lot of you will stare at the car behind you and won't make the lane change. What are the most common reasons for failing the road test? Not driving like you're 100 years old. That's how you're going to drive on the first drive with me. You're going to drive very slow. You're going to be very nervous. Your foot's going to be shaking. Your eye's going to be moving just like this. Your chin, your cheek is going to be twitching because you're going to be nervous, Justice. Josh, James, you're going to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous. I'm saying to myself, why is this kid's cheek twitching? Why are they sweating? Why do I see their heartbeat in their shirt? It's true. It's true. So relax. You're going to be very nervous. Wear Converse. Wear thin-sole shoes. Wear Crocs. I told you the shoes to wear, but you won't do it because you think, oh, I'm just going to wear my old Nike gym shoes for 8th grade. Bruh, don't do that. You won't be able to feel the gas and brake. You're going to slam the brake and slam the gas, and then you're going to scare people behind you. They're going to say, I can't drive with him. Because your friends will tell me, I can't drive with James. I can't drive with Justice. Scarlett, I can't drive. Okay? I can't. Anastasia, I can't drive with her. She scares me. I'm joking. But that's what your friends are going to say. They're going to tell the truth. And many of you don't want to hear it. I'm doing great. How you doing? Okay, let's continue. How do I read signs and markings effectively? You won't. You just want to get through this class. You won't learn road signs. You won't learn pavement markings. And then you're going to end up going the wrong way on the one way because you don't understand what they mean. A lot of beginners don't take the time to really read the manual, read the PDF. You don't do it. Many of you don't even do the work now. Yesterday, I had to help you hold your hand. So you got to take time to really learn this skill, learn this craft. Don't worry, if you miss one, there'll be another one waiting for you. You'll still be confused, like I was when I got lost in West Virginia. What are the most common reasons for failing the test? You're not paying attention. You forget to look around. You make a right turn on red. You go in the wrong lane. You didn't practice being red light. You drive just like your mom and dad. Yay! Because you learn from your parents. And if your parents are good drivers, you'll probably be a good driver. If your mom and dad are a little aggressive, a little bit early, it's everyone else's fault. You will be like them, not be like them, or a little like them, and then someone cuts you off, you're going to road rage. Or when someone cuts you off, you're going to be a shy little old man or old lady because our personalities are reflected on the road. What is it like merging into traffic? But you won't do that because you're scared to push the gas, and I see a semi truck coming. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God. And I say, please push the gas. And you're like, what's wrong, teacher? I'm like, nothing. Push the gas. But you won't push the gas. Push it. Punch the gas, merge out. But seriously, you got to speed up like a pro. You won't do that. Merging is like trying to join a dance circle. You got to watch your timing and get in there and go. How to improve my nighttime driving? Well, you got to turn on your headlights. You got to squint like you're a 90-year-old person and your cataracts, your lenses are getting hard because if you live long enough, your lenses in your eye will get hard and they'll get cloudy and you have to have cataract surgery. Avoid being blinded. You want to look to the right. How do I handle rainy roads? Pretend you're driving on eggshells. Be smooth, be gentle, don't make sharp movements. Real slow, real easy, no sudden movements. What should I do if my car breaks down in the middle of the road? Throw on the hazard lights. Sometimes I cut off the car and I put you in an emergency situation. You don't know what to do. What happened? You're in an emergency situation. What do? Don't panic. Put it in neutral, start the car, and put it in drive and go. Use your hazard lights. Don't forget to wave awkwardly to other cars. What's the proper way to handle road rage? Give them the good old dad thumbs up and smile. Tell them you're living your best life. Guys, I'm living my best life tonight, teaching you because you have some work to do. And I'm telling you real stories that will save you. How do I ensure that I'm using the mirrors correctly? Set them so you can see everything. Accept your hopes and dreams because you didn't check your blind spot. How do I navigate one-way roads? Easy. Go the way the arrow is pointing. If the arrow is going towards you, you're going the wrong way. If the arrow is going with you, you're going the right way. Look on the ground at the pavement markings. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys don't look at pavement markings. What are the rules for yielding at an intersection? If in doubt, wave to the other car and be polite. But really, you got to yield. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout or at the intersection or at the street. How do I estimate the space needed to safely brake? Imagine your car is in front of a pie and you don't want to smash it. Squeeze your brakes really easy. How do I handle emergency vehicle that approaches me from behind? Pull over when you're a law-abiding citizen. Other cars will pull over. If you're the only car out there and the ambulance is still coming, you're about to get a ticket. You're about to get ran over by the ambulance. How do I handle a flat tire while driving? Pull over, turn in your hazards, channel your inner strength. Get the car over safely. Call for help. There's no shame in that. What's the best way to learn a manual transmission? Find a steep hill, lots of patience, and prepare for some interesting sounds. You're going to blow up the transmission. Once you've mastered it, you'll feel like a superhero. How do I handle sharp curves on winding roads? Slow down. But you guys aren't listening to me. We're going to go on a curvy road. A lot of beginners go too fast and they go off the road to the left or to the right. And then we go into the ditch. And you know what rhymes with ditch? Slow down. Take your time. Reduce your speed. It's going to be on the test. What are some fuel-saving techniques? Don't drive like your grandma. Slow, steady. Never touch the gas pedal, absolutely necessary. But many of you won't listen because you're in a hurry through the neighborhood. You're going to run a yellow light and grandma's pulling out from the left and you don't see her and you just T-bone her and it's your accident and you don't have on your seatbelt. You just flew out of the window because your age group doesn't wear seatbelts. Grandma does. She's never had an accident in 99 years. You hit a 99-year-old grandma, bro? Bruh. Yes, because you're running late to school. What are some documents I need to have in the car? Your license, registration, proof of insurance, and maybe, I'm sorry I hit your car. How do I safely use it without getting distracted? Mount it and forget about it. Pretend it's a grumpy old dad telling you where to go. Type in what you learned into the chat. All of you type in 2 things you learned from what I went over, real life stories, beginning drivers, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Your parents will tell you the same thing. Type in 2 complete sentences. What did you learn? Type it in. I would love a sentence, not 4 words. I'm going to step up my game. It's the teacher in me. She's like, bruh, give me some complete sentences. Today, I learned about being prepared for the road. If I have to go on the road, I should have some cash in my pocket and maybe a debit card just in case my car gets declined. Number 1. Number 2, bald like your head. I still got my edges, bro. I still got my edges, but you're not going to listen to me. Your parents are going to give you the car that has been sitting. Example, we got a 2018 Charger in the garage right now. It's actually set up for failure. I have a client who's in Brazil. He bought some used tires. The tires are not really safe. Someone wants to use his car and drive good. Means they want to drive fast. I would not really trust those tires in a rainstorm. Let's pretend you're 25. Your parents are like, you need to buy your own tires. You buy a set of 4 tires for $150. You just bought used tires off of someone else's car that are burned out. Those tires will explode when you get on the highway and they heat up. Those tires don't grip in the rain or snow anymore. But the client learned they bought their own tires. That's a failure waiting to happen. I would love to drive that mango orange Charger, but I need to think a second. Do I really want to drive that car? And it's going to rain. I don't want to smash that car, because if I do, I'm going to have to buy the client a brand new car. I'm going to leave that car alone. That's a story waiting to happen. Bought used tires, $125 tires. You get what you pay for. You learned a lot today, and this is a good story. If you like what I'm saying, subscribe, support, leave comments, and I appreciate you. Bye.